Yep. Manny, did you put your crayons up? I hope you get past here. There you go. Good afternoon, y'all. We just got everything put up from school, and I actually just finished washing the lunch dishes. They've been sitting there for a while. Now I'm gonna make some quick casserole bread to go with supper tonight. We're gonna make a Paula Deen chicken casserole. And I was trying to figure out what kind of bread or something that I wanted to make with it, and I remembered that I saw this quick casserole bread recipe the other day, so we're gonna give it a try. We start with 1 pack of rapid rise instant yeast. Usually we add the warm water or milk with the yeast and let that, sit there for a minute. This one, you add the flour, you add all the dry ingredients with the yeast first. So that was 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now we need 2 tablespoons of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. Okay. So we put on the dough hook and we're gonna mix this. It says to mix for 1 minute on low. Now we put in 1 cup of warm milk and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we mix for 5 minutes on low speed. I think I am gonna go up to number 2. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. We've got a nice dough here. I sprayed this casserole dish. It said we need a 1.5 quart casserole dish. I'm pretty sure this is close to 1.5 quarts. I don't think it's quite 2, so it's close. It's close enough. So yeah, I've already got it sprayed. We're just gonna take out the dough and kind of shape it to where it's smooth on top. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to add any like little oats on top or poppy seeds or chia seeds or anything. But I think for this first time we'll just leave it plain and not put anything on top. It had different variations you could make. You could do it honey wheat and just change a few things. You could do oatmeal bread and just change a little bit. You could even make an Italian cheese bread with it. This time we'll just go with the basic casserole bread. So we just cover it with a clean, dry towel, and it only has to rise for 45 minutes before we bake it. All right, the bread is ready. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the top and just rub it around. And it's going in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 350. We're gonna go ahead and get this chicken casserole in the oven. So I have some cooked and shredded chicken here. I just cooked it on the stovetop and then shredded it in the KitchenAid. And we have some cooked and drained pasta. You can use whatever kind you want to use. I'm gonna go ahead and stir this together, and then we'll make the cheese sauce that we pour over the top. So we start with 3 tablespoons of butter in here, and I'm gonna chop up an onion and mince some garlic while that's melting. Onions going in. We just got this on medium. We've got the garlic in there. We're gonna let this cook for about a minute. Yeah, it sure is. We found the Colby Jack. We need 2 tablespoons of flour. Now we're gonna turn this down to low, and we're gonna put in half a cup of sour cream and a cup of milk. Now, once we get this mixed together and it comes back to a simmer, we're gonna put in 2½ cups of cheese. We have 3 cups shredded. We're gonna save the last ½ cup to go on the top. Now we're gonna mix this with the chicken and pasta. I feel like bacon added into this would be really good. This was called Paula Deen's Amazing Chicken Casserole. I need to add some salt and pepper. But I actually couldn't find anywhere where Paula Deen made it. It's other people making it, but they call it Paula Deen's Amazing Chicken Casserole. So we got some salt and pepper in there. We're gonna put a few red pepper flakes. We're gonna spray a 9x13 pan. Put the rest of the cheese on top, and it's going in the oven. Y'all, that bread is amazing. You take a little bit of butter and spread on top of it. It's wonderful. We know the bread is good.
Delicious.
Now let's try this.
Let's try the cucumbers.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Paula Deen's Amazing Chicken Casserole is what this is called.
This looks
Might
really
still
good.
be a little hot. I don't know. I see a little
Paula
steam.
don't care.
No, she don't. Her taste buds are immune to hot heat.
We know she can handle, her arteries can handle butter.
Oh yeah.
She started trying to take away a little bit of the butter out of her stuff for this
Butterless world.
more modern world. But if you'd have been back 120 years ago eating her stuff, she would have filled you full of butter. I tell you what's amazing, her teeth don't age.
Yeah.
That woman's got the best teeth. That's good.
What's it taste like? It seemed like it was going to be a little chicken Alfredo-ish to me a little bit.
Kind of like that, kind of like a chicken lasagna or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Good.
It's a little while later. Me and Sissy have adorable things to show y'all. Look, I mean, just look at that. That's adorable. I got this from Walmart a few days ago. It's French press, and these are only $10. We also, today, could not resist this popcorn maker. I mean, look at it. It's pink. I mean, they are just so cute. So we're gonna make some popcorn now. We gotta wash it first, Sissy. Let me get all the tags off. We've already washed the French press. I'm gonna make some coffee in here too. This popcorn maker, I think it was 13. It was just a little bit more than 10, I think. You put your butter right here, and if you don't have to put the butter, but if you want butter, you put the butter in here, and it melts down on the popcorn as it's popping. I'm sure y'all have probably seen these before, but I'd never seen them before. Oh, while this is popping, I'll go ahead and heat my water for the French press. And I have to grind up the beans.